Bob Kane, whose circus, he never stopped and never would have.
He create everything in Marvel. 天哪，我们今天真的是有莫大的荣幸。我相信全球的超级英雄粉丝一定都知道史丹李，而丽哲今天在这里竟然访问到的是史丹李的独生女 JC Lee。她也承袭了爸爸的天分，甚至想把爸爸的精神发扬光大，所以创了一个叫做 Stanley Love Story Stanley Forever 的品牌。Hi, this is a fans of love for Taiwan. To you and your father, you really accomplished a lot. This is part of American history, part of the world, the pop history. Everyone in Taiwan who loved him. We're dying for the opportunity to interview him, but it's been a great honor to talk to you.
I thank you so much, and thank you for being interested, and thank you for loving my father. He loved all of you right back. I want you to know that. The man loved all of you. He did it for all of you, and I'm sitting here for him because I love him. Simple.
Saw a lot of photos with you and your fathers and the mother, the happy family. I'm so envious. Seriously, this is like a model family for world. And can you tell us about your father's at work and also at home? What is he like?
He was one of the happiest men you could ever imagine.
Oh.
When I was a young girl, I worked for Daddy opening his fan mail. That was my job.
Wow.
I sat there, I read all the... My father cared. If my father could have, he would have written back every fan himself. Wow. He woke up singing every morning. Singing? Singing. And my mother used to say when he'd come home and tell her about the day, she'd say to me, he is so smart. She's the talent. But Daddy loved to do what he did. We gave him a perfect life for him to do it.
Right.
He was always happy and he was always working. After a beautiful meal that he did as slowly as he could do because he wanted to enjoy it as long as he could. Because as soon as the meal was over, he knew back to his room, back to his work until bed.
Oh my God. Holy shit! Aren't you?
Oh, Stanley.
All day he was writing and drawing. When he was with my mother and I, he wasn't looking to bring it home. He wanted to go for a walk, play ball.
Right.
He loved, we watched TV. He loved Jackie Gleason, Don Rickles. He loved to laugh. When sad movies were on, he would not watch them. He didn't want to be depressed.
He just wanted to be happy. Yeah.
Everything was happy. If he came home and my mother wasn't smiling, no good. We gave him happy.
Right.
And he was happy, always. Until my mother passed.
Oh, so that was your job to make him happy.
Well, I thought once or twice I would be married. I thought I was in love. But my marriage really was to always my parents. They were the best I could ever find. I watched an incredible love story unfold, and I was part of it. In the end, he knew how loved he was.
Yeah, of course. From you and from fans worldwide.
He knows his fans. He's here with all of us right now.
Invitation, sir.
I should be on that list.
Name?
Stanley.
Yeah, nice try, buddy. Nice try.
Really.
Look great, Hef.
Milwaukee. A man drank one of those Guarana sodas. Guess it had a little more kick than he was looking for.
Wow.
When you were talking about like how sweet your parents are, both parents, your mom and dad are all talented in their
My mother
own
wasn't
world.
wild about this photo of her. But
So this
I
is
said,
probably the
Mom, I love
favorite
it."
photo?
She wasn't wild about it. She's terribly beautiful.
Wow.
But she wasn't wild about it. But if you see this photo, us Lees were always ahead of our times. It's all about really dogs. Unfortunately,
Yeah, a lot of dogs, right?
right. We've
Like a
had so
big
many
dog
dogs.
fan. So
How I love my mommy and my daddy.
yeah, this is a very sweet book with all the memory, and I can see your parents loved you
It
and
was
you
like a
love
fairy
each other.
tale. I was his baby. I was his daddy's girl.
Yeah.
At night, I'd say what I wanted, more or less, and he'd tell me I could have it. And I always
Oh.
wanted something like an elephant. You know, I never
Elephant.
wanted,
So the story
something
of the
reasonable.
elephant?
So I always wanted an elephant, let's say, or a giraffe, and he'd tell me, get it for me. And you know, he really could have, if he could have stopped and thought of the money thing, I would have had a seal just the way I'd like
Wow.
it. The man was a very wise man. He was so smart.
Yeah, he was.
He never didn't have an answer. He never, and as fast, he didn't drink, he didn't smoke, he didn't do anything ever, anti-everything, because he always wanted to be in control.
Did it work?
My father was not looking for his little daughter's ideas or comments about his work. He was also not looking for his incredibly talented, beautiful wife's, and he wasn't looking for anyone in the office's idea or approval. My father was a one-man circus who told everyone else what to do. The art director, there was always, if you look at photos, a pencil, make her longer, make her thinner. The writer, make her meaner. My father was the art director, the editor, and then became the publisher.
Wow.
They all followed his instruction. He didn't collaborate, and he didn't follow anyone's instruction.
Wow.
I remember when I met Steven, I never met Steven Spielberg, but I remember when my father met him, and he said, Stan, you do comics. I do movies.
Right.
I thought, why didn't Steven think, hey, you know, I'll do one of, right? Now I
Right.
think, Steven, you'll probably do comics in the end. My father, he did movies, right?
Yeah, they're
Right.
like switching the spot.
But anyway, and God bless Steven and all the other great directors LA has.
So, is there any superheroes was inspired by you? I mean, he create anything for you and your mother?
I think that him being such a genius, all the superheroes were created for all of us. Because we're all human people, we're all human beings together.
Right, yeah, it
You
is.
know? Now, Spider-Man, which he would say would be his favorite, I think,
Oh.
would be, what was Spider-Man? I had the worst acne. My father had some as a child. Spider-Man was a kid who lived with an aunt and had acne, right? Everyone could relate to that,
Right, yeah.
right? Now, my father was the sweetest man. He was a big baby, but don't get him angry. He wasn't a weak, don't get him angry. So the Hulk. He wrote his stories on his genius and the fact that he understood life and people, and he was imaginative and creative, and he went to dimensions and places no one else went to. And
How come
some
he
people
come up
did.
with-
Because he was a genius, sweetie.
Right.
He didn't come to me or my mother or anyone in this room for inspiration. I'm a painter. The day I have to go to a museum to see another paint or his painting is the day I'll never paint again. I mean, I don't go say, oh, well, I want to paint a painting. Let me see. I'll go to the museum. You know? I mean, the man was a genius. You'll never figure it out because he was a genius. We worked on a project together. He didn't collaborate with people, so it wasn't like he's, you know, but I had his attention, and I came up with one called Dirt Man. And we put it on a big whiteboard, and my assistant here, James, and everyone knew about Dirt Man. And my father, even though he's not necessarily a collaborator, as his daughter, and because he was in the home at the moment, we discussed it. And I said, Daddy, I hope Dirt Man is bigger than your baby Spider-Man that you love so. And that was my wish. And unfortunately, he passed before, you know, we could do it. But he loved all of you so much. And if he hadn't, he would have taken Dirt Man and you would have had it by now.
So we're gonna see the Dirt Man soon.
I hope the next time I'm on a red carpet, it is all dedicated to Stan Lee, and it is called Dirt Man. I don't think he'd be at all happy to know the X-Men franchise is no more, and I think if my father was here, it would definitely still be there. That's just my feeling. My father wanted every one thing he did to be #1 and a success.
Yeah.
Simple.
It is very quite
Simple.
success.
Everyone.
So
in the end, I'll give you a secret, and I shouldn't perhaps say it. It's a little cocky. I said, Daddy, why don't you watch the new movies? Do you want to watch them? You know what he said? No.
What?
I said, why, Daddy? He said, because I can do it better.
Wow.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, he's such a very confident man.
I'll come to Taiwan, tell him, and I can sign on behalf of Stan Lee.
Oh, that would be great.
And
That would be great. We feel loved.
It's all
Lots
about
of love.
kids.
All about love.
If you
Instantly
love Stan Lee,
forever.
you love love.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
God
Thank
bless
you.